Hello everyone, it's me, Scruffy, again. I'm sure you've heard parrots talk before, right? They can say a short and friendly hello, or even mimic longer sentences so accurately that it leaves us astonished, not knowing if it's a human or a parrot speaking. Amazing, isn't it? How can they do that? We will uncover all of that in this video. But before we start, if you enjoy these fascinating discoveries, don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any captivating stories about the animal world. First, let's explore the extraordinary abilities that parrots possess. Parrots don't just mimic sounds, they can do so with such precision and subtlety that sometimes we can't tell if it's a human or a parrot talking. From simple greetings like hello to short songs, parrots amaze us, not only with their learning abilities, but also with their capacity to express emotions through their voices. Imagine being greeted warmly by a parrot one morning. Wouldn't that be an interesting experience? Parrots don't just mimic human speech. They can also imitate car horns, phone rings, and even the sounds of other animals like cats meowing or dogs barking. This ability goes beyond mere mimicry. Many parrots can understand the context in which these sounds are used, showing a level of intelligence and awareness much deeper than we usually attribute to birds. Among parrots, the African gray parrot and Amazon parrots are known as the most talented mimics. The African gray parrot, with its highly developed brain, can mimic a wide range of complex sounds and often uses them in appropriate situations. Amazon parrots, equally impressive, can mimic their owners' voices and even sing tunes, making each interaction lively and enjoyable. The learning and mimicking abilities of parrots not only help them communicate effectively in the wild, but also foster unique relationships with humans. When parrots mimic our speech, they not only capture our attention, but also create a communication bridge, helping humans and parrots understand each other better. Thanks to this remarkable ability, parrots become not just intelligent, but also very interesting creatures in the animal kingdom. To understand why parrots can mimic human speech and other sounds, we need to look into their brains. Parrots have a special part of their brain called the song nuclei. This part helps parrots control and coordinate their vocal organs, allowing them to produce and control complex sounds. The song nuclei are deep within the parrot's brain and act as a control center for their vocal organs. They analyze and store information about the sounds parrots hear, and then send signals to the vocal organs to accurately reproduce those sounds. When parrots hear calls from their parents or other sounds, the song nuclei memorize and analyze these sounds. After much practice, parrots gradually learn to mimic these sounds accurately. Next, let's talk about the parrot's syrinx. Unlike humans, parrots don't have vocal cords. Instead, they use an organ called the syrinx located at the base of their trachea. The parrot's syrinx functions like a complex musical instrument, with each part of the syrinx capable of producing different sounds simultaneously. This helps parrots create sounds with various frequencies and pitches, from human speech to car engine noises. The syrinx is made up of a series of muscles and vibrating membranes. When parrots want to produce sounds, these muscles contract and expand to change the size and shape of the vibrating membranes, adjusting the airflow through them. The combination of muscle movements and airflow creates sounds with different pitches, volumes, and frequencies. Flexible beak and tongue. Parrots have a more flexible beak and tongue compared to other birds. They can adjust the shape of their beak and tongue to produce different sounds, including those resembling human speech. Another reason is their exceptional intelligence. Parrots are considered intelligent birds capable of thinking, problem-solving, and using simple tools. Some intelligent parrot species can associate the sounds they mimic with corresponding meanings. For example, parrots can learn to say hello when you enter the house or goodbye when you leave. Additionally, their living environment and social interactions play a role. Parrots live in flocks and frequently communicate with each other using calls. The ability to mimic sounds plays an important role in communication and maintaining social relationships within the flock. Lastly, training techniques cannot be overlooked. Training and interaction with humans play a crucial role in developing parrots' ability to mimic human speech. Parrots that are frequently exposed to human speech and trained patiently will have better mimicking abilities. Training a parrot to talk requires patience and encouragement from humans. Parrots need time to learn and remember sounds, so training needs to be frequent and consistent. However, it is important to note that parrots' ability to mimic human speech is not entirely like humans. Parrots often mimic sounds superficially without understanding the meaning of the words they say. Therefore, we shouldn't expect parrots to communicate complexly or use language as intelligently as humans. In general, the ability to mimic human speech in parrots is a fascinating biological phenomenon that showcases the adaptability and intelligence of these birds. Furthermore, many other bird species also possess incredible sound mimicking abilities, each with unique characteristics and abilities. For instance, the mockingbird is famous for its remarkable mimicry. This bird can reproduce up to 200 different sounds throughout its life. Can you imagine that? This includes not only the calls of other birds, but also car engines, doorbells, dog barks, and even human speech. Isn't that an incredible ability? Next, we have the starling, also known for its ability to mimic human speech, the calls of other birds, and countless environmental sounds like music, engine noises, phone rings, and even dog barks. In my opinion, this mimicking ability is one of the most wonderful aspects of the animal world, as it demonstrates the intelligence and incredible adaptability of birds. Additionally, the lyrebird also has impressive abilities, capable of mimicking sounds, including the calls of other birds, insect sounds, animal noises, and even artificial sounds like music and bells. In captivity, they can mimic human speech if exposed frequently. Isn't it unbelievable? The learning and mimicking abilities of parrots and other birds not only help them communicate effectively in the wild, but also foster unique relationships with humans. When parrots mimic our speech, they not only capture our attention, but also create a communication bridge, helping humans and parrots understand each other better. Thanks to this remarkable ability, parrots become not just intelligent, but also very interesting creatures in the animal kingdom. If you find this video useful and interesting, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to continue joining me, Scruffy, in wonderful animal discoveries. See you in the next videos.